Hey guys, welcome to another video. Got something a little bit different for you today. I was looking at the calendar before, I was like, oh my god, it's 2020. Mad stuff. So we was like, let's do a team of the sort of decade thing, which I guess you probably should have done before 2020, innit? Really, if you think about it, because 2020 is now a new decade, innit? But we do things slightly different on this channel.
Quality content.
We ain't normal, innit? So yeah, we just thought, oh, let's just do this as well. Plus the fact I'm currently on a little holiday at the moment, so we needed some content that we could just record and then just put out, which isn't sort of like news sensitive. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to run through this squad. It is actually very difficult, and the position that we found trickiest, I found, was a weird one, like one that you probably wouldn't expect. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on. Smash a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll put a link in the description for the Xtra Club. 3 tiers, you decide which one is best for you. Consider joining the Xtra Club. Become a member today. Right, okay, so there's obviously only one place to start, and that's up front. No, it's not. By making shit jokes for, I don't know. Like, go on, Brett, where you started? My head.
So, goalkeeper is the first one, isn't it? So, I think of goalkeepers the last 10 years have been Joe Hart, Shea Given, Edison, Claudio Bravo, Pantilimon, but
Caballero.
Pantilimon. Remember Pantilimon? It was massive.
It was huge, wasn't it?
So obviously Bearhead, didn't it? But for me, and I think we both agreed on this. That like this whole team, we both agreed on pre this recording. Edison is our man for the goalkeeper spot.
Yeah, I think Hart probably was a better shot stopper, but Edison, I just think honestly, I personally believe he's the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. In terms of fitting our team, I don't think there's anyone better that we can get to fit our current team and the style of play that, you know, if me and John was the manager, which would be funny.
That'd be amazing.
The style that obviously you want to see. So yeah, Hart unfortunately doesn't quite make it, but big love to Joe Hart, man, absolutely class. Right, okay, let's move on to the right back position. Now this was probably the hardest thing because everyone's like, oh yeah, striker's going to be tough. We've had some really good right backs. We've had Mika Richards, when he was fit, was absolutely phenomenal. And I always forget that he got Player of the Year during the 93-20 year. Pablo Zabaleta, king, absolutely mint. You know, everyone loves him. And then you got Kyle Walker now, who's performing incredibly well. So much so that he kept a £50 million right back, or how much ever Cancelo cost, out of the team all year. So, tricky one. We sort of said... it was a really difficult one, but effectively we went for Zaba. We picked Zabaleta. Yeah, weird, because probably Walker is probably the better one out of the three. I don't know, man. That was a really
so
tricky.
hard. It's still hard talking about it now, isn't it?
You need to let us know what you think in the comments on this one, because this was a solid pick.
The thing is, like, Richards was so good. Michael was mint, and I love Michael as a person as well, and I wanted him to make it at City so bad. Especially after the 93-20 year as well, when he got Player of the Year. But I think after that, he was just hindered with injuries all the time. So I think that's why we had to lean towards Zaba, really, because obviously Zaba was fit most of the time and Richards wasn't.
I think as well, even when Richards was fit, Zaba wasn't playing bad, so he couldn't get Zaba out of the team. So yeah, we went for Zaba, but all three of them could have easily walked in here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, move on to centre back, bro.
So centre back is obviously the easiest choice of them all. It's the big man, Vincent Kompany. There was no real competition there at all. Absolutely
class. And to be fair, the one on next to him we did pretty quick. Although the player is Laporte, Emerick Laporte. We want next to him. But to be fair, you did put a shout in for Lescott, didn't you?
Yeah, I think Lescott was decent in like the 93-20. Although I have this like haunting memory of Lescott heading the ball back to Djibril Cissé.
Yeah,
and I can't get it back. I can never get that out of my brain when I think of Lescott.
Yeah, although it did build up it built it up.
It added to the tension.
People say, oh, 93-20 wouldn't have been the 93-20 without Dzeko. Well, 93-20 wouldn't have been 93-20 without Lescott heading the ball back. So, You know what I mean? It's all the same. But yeah, Laporte is class and he's really good footballer. So we stuck him in there. Left back though, jeez, that's a toughie.
Yeah, left back.
Toughie because we're shit, not because we got class players.
Yeah, left back was like we were struggling to find players to even consider. So first name for me was Gail Clichy, and then we was thinking about Kolarov because we had Kolarov there. But then, who else have we had? Has there been anyone else other than stand-ins? I feel like the club has been plagued at the left back position. We've just never had decent left backs. But Gail Clichy, to be fair, was decent, and he only cost £7 million as well.
That's right. Yeah,
sick.
I think he was a bit of like an all-round left back. He wasn't great at anything really, but he was just an average player. Whereas Kolarov was suspect at certain things, and you know, he angered quite a lot of fans. Kolarov. To be fair, he had a lot of fans. He had a little Kolarov club.
Yeah, he did.
But I feel like Clichy had his own Clichy club.
Club.
There was probably more people in Clichy club than Kolarov club.
Definitely more people at the Clichy.
But you don't want to meet Kolarov club members because
they're
bad.
They're ultras then.
They're ultras.
So yeah, we weren't for Clichy. Anyway.
All right, okay. So midfield. I know this is tough because obviously midfield was just class, but there's one man who has to be in there, and it's the man, Mr. Yaya Toure. Absolutely powerhouse quality. Could attack, carry the ball forward, score free kicks, penalties. You know, he could really get us out of the mud. And sometimes it looked like he's stuck in the mud, to be honest. He was...
Towards the end of his career, definitely. He was constantly stuck in the mud, wasn't he?
Oh, God. What is this?
That was good, that, bro. That was good. I'm really impressed with you there.
Thank you. I feel like the early morning brain is working well.
Yeah, it's chugging along, isn't it?
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean...
There was no doubt in it.
There's a lot of people who feel it's unfair that he doesn't get a statue. Now, whether you agree or not that he should get a statue, there's at least an argument for him getting a statue. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I think he should get one. I'm not saying I'm not bothered really, but I'm just thinking there's very few people that'll be like, no, he doesn't deserve one at all. You know what I mean? Most people, even if they come to the conclusion that he doesn't deserve a statue, will have to have a good think about it. You know what I mean? That's how good he was. Absolutely class, and he gets in the team.
I think statue wise, the only reason this guy's not got a statue is probably because of his agent and the things that have been coming out from him.
Yeah, but then I seen someone say on Twitter, which to be fair is quite sensible, and say he could have just told his agent to shut up. He could have said, my agent doesn't represent what I'm saying. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. But he didn't. He let him say it, so he's tarnished his reputation. Yes.
Moving on to the kind of the right centre mid spot is. Again, this is another one where it was a no-brainer. KDB had to be in the team. He's one of the best players in the world at the moment, and probably our best player in the team. So he's absolutely sick, and he belongs in the team of the decade.
Yeah, and he will be getting a statue if he stays at City long enough as well.
100%
class. And a man who is getting a statue confirmed on the other side is El Mago, David Silva. No, need we say any more? Really,
it wouldn't be a team of the decade without that guy in it, would it?
And how much did we sign him for? Like £20 million.
Yeah, 20 mil.
Absolute some absolute bargains, weren't there? People always roast us for some of the money that we spent in the early days of Sheikh Mansour, but people forget about some of these absolute bargain purchases we got. And David Silva up there gets his statue and makes a way into the team. So we've got our base now. We got our defence and our midfield, and we move on to the attack. So where are we going? We're going right.
Right wing, yes. And at right wing, we've gone with Carlos Tevez, which people might be like, ooh, what?
Yeah, but to be fair, our formation, we're not playing them as wingers.
Yeah, they're not wingers. They're closer together as more like striker, centre forward kind of thing. Yeah, we're going with Tevez. I couldn't feel like... I think we both agree that you can't leave Tevez out of this team. Tevez was crucial for City. He was so good. And honestly, I'd love a prime Tevez back in our team. It'd be unreal. Tevez and Aguero, I just wish I got to see more of it.
That's it, innit? It's one of them things where I wish I almost didn't see any of it, because the time that they did spend together was insane. It was class. Teased.
Do you remember after his whole like embargo thing, and we got off and playing golf for months, but when he came back, he was massively important to us. He scored bare goals, and that's where we've seen like the really good link up with him and Aguero. And I'm so like, I just wish I just wish I could have seen more in it.
Also, little encouragement to any kids out there, which is bare weird. That ain't strange. But I don't think he was technically the best. You know what I mean? I think we've had much technically better strikers than him. However, one thing that is unmatched is his work rate. His work rate was absolutely phenomenal. And that just
everyone
proves...
used to call him a bulldog, didn't they?
Something like that, yeah. But it just proves when people say work rate is everything. It is everything. Because look at Balotelli. Balotelli was probably technically better on the ball and shooting and stuff than Tevez was. You know, the amount of times Tevez was barge past people. But Tevez had the work rate. He had the desire. And another reason he gets in the team. And another person who has desire and works very, very hard and sometimes actually doesn't get the credit he deserves for the hard work is Raheem Sterling. I think that this guy is very, very close now to being like world class, like almost nominees for Ballon d'Or type thing.
Yeah, I fully agree. The guys, I can't see his ceiling. You know what I mean? I don't know where he's just mint and he's just improving all the time. That I'm unsure where his value is. I couldn't put a price on Raheem Sterling's head because, you know what I mean, if he can sort out his shooting like indefinitely and we don't see moments like we did against Leon, then it's insane. His market price will just rise through the roof if he becomes like a clinical striker kind of thing. If he adds that to his game, he'd be mint.
Not only that, if he does add that to his game, he'd probably he'd be looking at basically a goal a game or a goal involvement a game. He's that good. I honestly think that he's probably the best English football player at the moment. I think he's better than everyone else. And yeah, to put a price on him would be absolutely insane. And we just need to make sure that whatever contract he's on, he's signed up for a number of years. Because the last thing we want to be doing, you know, is getting him down to 2 years left on a deal.
And he gets off to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
on the cheap as well, 60 mil. Yeah, that can't happen. We had a shout at first for Craig Bellamy because we thought of Team of the Decade, but turns out he didn't actually play much in this decade. I think he only had played a few games in it, if any. And so I was kind of gutted about that. We just missed out on slamming Craig Bellamy in there but I just wanted to big shout out to Craig Bellamy because he was sick. Yeah. And him and Aguero played really well together.
And we spoke to him, you remember? He was about 14.
He was about 14 and then there was links to him going to Tottenham. Yeah. And we ran up to his car window and was like, don't go Tottenham. And he put his thumbs up to us, didn't he?
Yeah, he was buzzing, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was wild. Right, so, centre stage. Who takes top spot in the Team of the Decade? And you've probably all guessed it because it's no competition. Sergio Aguero. Has to be him. Has to be. There's no one who can contend that place. The guy's got the most important goal of the decade.
I'm just surprised, honestly, that no, giant team at the time, i.e. Real Madrid or Barcelona, came in for him like 2 years after.
With a really strong bid. Yeah,
I just, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense why no one came in.
How did we sign this guy for £40 million?
Another mint buy. Was this the one where that Ollie guy who works for Daily Mail or someone like that tweeted, buying an Aguero for 30 million is a great piece of business, but Charlie Adam at 7 million will be the best.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's not
it's
great.
Terrible. Yeah. That's terrible.
Shocking stuff. But yeah, no surprise there. And we'll move into the subs now. Is that just going to show the whole sub?
Yes, so the whole subs. So we'll just reel off the subs, innit?
Oh, there's going to be people going, what? But there's a very good reason. Hart gets in there, obviously. Walker gets in there. Harsh on Richards, really, really harsh. But Walker's just played a lot more minutes and a lot more games and you know what I mean? Yeah, slightly different type of right back, but yeah, both really good. And to be fair, sorry Richards, mate. Otamendi, people are like, you guys,
how can you do this? You've forsaken me.
So I'm going to let you explain it.
Of course you are. The way I see this is right. Otamendi's 17-18 season was unreal, and that's the only way I refer to him is the general in that season, and I feel like he has two forms. Otamendi, he has Otamendi and the general. When he's Otamendi, he's trash, but when he's a general, you know what I mean, he's a boss man. And 17-18 season, he absolutely smashed it, and I was like, I had no thoughts during that season that Otamendi would I'd be hating on him because he was mint. Do you remember when he celebrated United with the you know what I mean, the salute thing? It was mint. He was so good that season.
I would also add that I think he does get unfairly criticised. Yes, he makes mistakes and he made it. And I always say it. that one at Norwich was horrendous. And he makes other mistakes, and yes, he's too rash, and yes, he jumps in and stuff. But on the whole, I do think that he gets way too much stick. A little bit like Gundogan. I think them two are made to be scapegoats at times. But yeah, I mean, his form did take a dip this year. But yeah, but at the end of the day, who else do you put in? You know what I mean? We were sat here thinking, who else do you put in? You mean Nastasic? No, Lescott.
Savage.
Not for me, Savage.
Boyata.
You know, we're really struggling, guys. You know, it's like that left back position, and yeah, so he gets in. Fernandinho, I don't think anyone can complain about that.
No, not at all.
The big head in Dzeko up top, big bagsman. We miss him actually. I do think we could do with a tall striker in, and we sold him on the cheap. That's bad business there.
He was a really good super sub in Dzeko.
Yeah, but he was
really
better than
good.
that. See, I think that's disrespect.
Yeah, that's throwing dirt on his name, innit? Because he was a very good player. You know what I mean? He could start for us all the time. But
so you need to take that dirt off his name.
yeah,
innit?
I'm gonna dig it off, innit? But I just mean like because he's on our sub bench. I mean, if this is a team, you can guarantee that you can bring Edin Dzeko on into his team and he'll score you goals.
I agree. Sane gets on there. He is class, guys. We hate him now. Well, do we hate him? I don't know. I think I'm still in that hate phase. You know what I mean? You know when you break up with your girlfriend or something and you got that hate phase. But then after a while, you just sort of forget about him, innit?
Your grudge is still there, innit?
Yeah. And Negredo, people are like, what? But again, a bit like the Otamendi, he had that mint season where him and Aguero, the link up was insane.
And everyone was going the beast.
Yeah.
He was so sick.
But
he just disappeared though, didn't he? He just got off. He got
off.
a shoulder injury and that was it. And we was at that game, weren't we? The shoulder injury game. And didn't he have to play? Didn't they force him to carry on?
We was 9-0 up on aggregate or something stupid like that. Right, because it was a League Cup semi-final. And he'd already, Pellegrini had used all his subs. Instead of just taking him off because he was injured, he made him stay out there running around with holding his arm. You know what I mean? Like, it was the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. But yeah, he gets on there. We probably missed someone. So roast us in the comment section below. We'll accept the roast. That's fine. But we just thought, let's do this. And then we sort of realised that we probably should have done this 8 months ago. But who cares?
But it wasn't a YouTube channel then. So, you know what I mean? We've only just got here, innit? So, 9 weeks in, so you can have it now. Also, I want to know, how do you think this team would fare in the Premier League? So if this team was our team heading into next season, how do you think we'd do?
Oh, that'd be dirty. That would be dirty. I reckon done by March. At the very latest.
This team wins the Prem.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, definitely wins the Prem. It's done by March. Absolutely. But yeah, that's our team. Let us know what you think in the comments. Roast us if we've missed anyone. We probably have, so that's fine. Yes. We accept the hate. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you there.